TinkerCAD tips. Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be part 2 of our straw toppers tutorial. If you haven't seen part 1, click through to my profile. It should be the tutorial or video just before this one. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. That'll show you how we kind of got to this point where we have our background and we have our SVG image and our custom text that we created. So here we have all of that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this down here. Now, as far as the size of this is at the point where we have the opportunity to resize this to whatever size we want. I currently have this set at 70 millimeters wide. Let's go ahead and let's reduce that a little bit. We'll make it a little smaller. I'm going to hold down Alt and Shift, click on one of these corners, and then by changing one of these dimensions, it'll change in all 3 dimensions. So I'm going to click on that. Let's change this to 55. We'll make it a little bit smaller. Okay, now I'm going to go back to this blue part. I need to change that back to 0.8 millimeters. That's going to be 4 layers when we're printing in a 0.2 millimeter layer height. Now the next thing we need to do is to put the hole through this background portion of this. So let's zoom out a bit here. Let's bring in a whole cylinder. And again, I'm going to hold Alt and Shift, and I'm going to click on a corner. Now I'm going to assume that my straw is 7 millimeters in diameter, but to account for tolerance, I'm going to make this 7.25. I want to make that a little bit bigger so that we know that the straw will fit in there. I'm going to come over to the side here. We're going to rotate it to 90 degrees. Now, one of the things that I like to do is to change the height of this. If you take a perfect circle and print it, you'll often find that it flattens out a bit, and then this dimension is too small. So I'm going to take this dimension here, and I'm going to change this to 8 millimeters. I'm going to make it a little bit oval, so when it prints, it should hopefully be perfectly round. All right, let's move that over here. Let's come in here. Let's grab this little dot. Let's stretch this out so that it's longer than our background. There we go. Okay, now this is 8 millimeters in height, so we need to increase the size of this. So I want 2 millimeters below, 2 millimeters above. So let's make this 12 millimeters in height. There we go. Now let's do some alignment. While I have that selected, I'm going to hold down Shift, click on my whole shape. I'm going to click on Align, or L on the keyboard. I'm going to click on the background part of it here to keep it from moving. It becomes the master. We'll align that direction, and then up and down we want that centered. Make sure that pokes all the way through. It does. So now I can drag, select those 2 parts, and I'm going to group those together. Control G on the keyboard, or you can click up here where it says Union Group. So there we have our hole through it. All right, now before we go any further, I want to duplicate this. I want to do one version of this for single color printers where this blue part will be on top of the base, the background, and I want to do another one that's for 2 color printers where this blue part is actually embedded within it. So I'm going to select the both of those, Control D, or I could click up here for duplicate. I'm going to drag our duplicates over here. All right, let's work on this first part here. Now I can simply drop this portion of it, this blue part, to the surface of this. And the easy way to do that is to first hit W on the keyboard or click on the work plane tool up here. We'll put the work plane on that background. I'm going to click on that part of it and just simply hit the letter D on the keyboard. W for the work plane tool. Let's put it back on the default. So now this one's ready to go, and the way this would be printed, and we're going to group these together. But what you would do is put this in your slicer and do your slicing, and then figure out at what layer the blue part begins, and you would interject a filament change at layer command so that it would stop printing this part. You'd be allowed then to put on another color of filament, and it would continue printing the design and the name. So I'm going to select those two. Now in this case we can union group these together, so Control G, and you'll note that it'll combine the colors all into one color. We're going to fix that. Just come up here to the dialog, click on the color, come down here and turn multicolor on. Now, these colors are not going to be transported in the STL. This multicolor is just for the purpose of viewing it in TinkerCAD. You're still going to have to export this as an STL, bring it into your slicer, do your slicing, figure out what layer the blue part or this colored part should begin at, and inject a filament change at layer. So that's for single color printers. Now we have this one over here. Select the both of those and drag this back over. We're going to do this one in a little bit different way. We're actually going to embed this into the surface of this. Now, whenever we do this, we can't have two objects occupying the same space. I can't just simply push this down in here and call it a day. What we have to do is to duplicate this and turn that into a whole. So while this blue part is selected, Control D to duplicate. I'm going to go over here to the dialog. I'm going to make that a whole. And if you drag this down, you'll see the whole part of it there. Now, while that whole part is selected, I want to shift select the background. I want to click on Align. I'm going to click on the background to make it the master. And I'm going to click on this top button here. So now that whole shape is aligned with the top of the background. I'm going to lasso select the two of those. Control G, union group those together. Give it a moment to resolve that, and when it's done, you'll see it looks like that. Okay, now we're going to do the same for this blue part. We're going to click on that. I'm going to shift select the background. L for align, or you can click alignment up here. I'm going to click on the background to make it the master. And then I'm going to click on this top button, and that blue part is perfectly aligned. Now, in this instance, do not union group these together. We want those to be two separate objects. This has to be exported in a different way. You want to select both of those, and you should see that there's two shapes, the white part and the blue part. You're going to click on Export, and you need to export these as an OBJ file. We'll give this a moment here. We should pop up with our dialog here. Strawtoppers.zip. I'm going to click Save. When I come back to my folder, let's go to where that zip is. There's my zip file. Then we're going to extract that. I'm going to use 7-zip. Extract it to a folder called Straw Toppers. And within Straw Toppers, you'll see these. This file here, the tinker.obj, that's the file that you want to bring into your slicer, and there you should be allowed to assign each of the objects, the background and the blue part, to different spools in your AMS unit. So, there you have it. Couple slick ways of doing straw toppers.